Going on, guys? Orbs Forum coming at you guys today again with a day 16 training camp review for the Detroit Lions. And now we're going to get right into it. Running back Deandre Swift returns to practice. That's really good. He had a groin thing going on. They've been really careful with him. Heavy load on day 16 for him, but said he felt good right after practice. So that's a good sign. I don't think you're going to really see him playing on Saturday, but they're going to keep an eye on him. They're really trying to get him 100% before the season starts, and we really need Deandre Swift out there. Linebacker, defensive end Julian Akwara was out here winning reps on an isolation drill. Good to see that too as well. Really need to see him step up this year. Third round pick last year, rookie, and missed a lot of time due to a severe leg injury. Defense kind of took over on day 16. Was not a good day for the offense. No real scoring touchdowns, didn't play too well. Defense was all over passes from Lions quarterbacks, especially Jared Goff. Linebacker Jamie Collins with an interception. Charles Harris had an interception too, off a deflection from Austin Bryant. And Oruwariye had a pick too, knocking down a couple more. He would have had a pick, but he went right in his hands, dropped it. Should have been pick six, would have been gone. Not a good day for Goff at all. Threw two interceptions. Probably should have thrown two more, but just not a good day for Goff. Austin Bryant, like I said, was out here deflecting at least two passes. The man's got arms the size of a pterodactyl. I've talked about it before in the past. The guy's just, he's got length. He's got total length, and he's got big, long arms. So we need him healthy. Cornerback nickel Roby Coleman was taking first team reps in the slot. Nothing really new there, but he's starting to get acclimated to that slot corner right there. Goff is more likely sitting on Saturday versus the Steelers. I don't know. I don't think it's because he just had a bad day on a Thursday. I just thought Dan Campbell seems to be taking the safe approach. He's going to be sitting a lot of veterans. I think Frank Ragnow is going to be sitting as well. Jared Goff probably. You're not going to see Swift, Hawkinson due to injuries. You might not see Perriman out there. There's going to be a few guys sitting. I'm kind of all right with this. I'm kind of not. I'm kind of on the fence with it. You know how the scrimmage. I mean how preseason's kind of knocked down to 3 games now instead of 4. I thought game 2 maybe we'd see a little bit more of the starters, but I guess that's not the approach that Dan Campbell is going. I get the safe approach because a lot of guys are getting nicked up right now in camp, so I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I wanted to see a little bit more from Goff, but I think they know what they have in him. I don't see him playing much in scrimmage in preseason game 3, so you might not see any Goff at all in the next couple of weeks. But it's going to be kind of interesting because I think they're really trying to find their depth. So I guess it kind of makes sense. The one good thing about the Goff and some of his wide receivers are Goff and St. Brown are really continuing to build a lot of chemistry. At least the trust is there. I still think, and I've said it before in the past, I think that there's a trust issue going on with Jared Goff and these wide receivers. It has to be figured out immediately. Season starts in a few weeks, so it needs to be figured out. Nick Williams ended up coming back from COVID, the defensive tackle, and he ended up getting hurt right away, so he was on the ground for a little bit. I don't know really what it was just yet. I think it's a leg injury, but we'll know more. Blau and Boyle are expected to play on Saturday. I think they're going to throw in a little Jordan Tiamu in there too, the new quarterback that we picked up. So I don't know how they're going to do that with the 3 quarterbacks, but they need to find that number 2. I know Blau is kind of going through a shoulder injury right now, and Boyle is going through an ankle injury. So these guys might be limited out there. I don't know how much they're going to play, but they're expected to play. So who knows? We could see a lot of Jordan Tiamu. Like I said, defensive tackle Nick Williams was activated, but then he got hurt. He had the COVID. Now he's hurt again. And they also waived tight end Hunter Thetford, and a tight end they picked up, a blocking tight end, but he got waived, so he's not a Lion no more. CJ Moore making some noise out here. We haven't heard too much about CJ Moore. He was a little bit nicked up. He came back. He was making some plays out there as a safety. He's been consistent, especially playing the run. Very physical, and he's dominating on special teams. He's pretty much a special teams ace, and he's been playing really well there. The Austin Bryant and Julian Akwara hype are starting to really catch a little bit of heat right now. They both can rush the passer, really good. It's going to be interesting to see what type of schemes they come up with, and some pass rush schemes that they come up with. These two guys, these guys can rush inside. They can rush outside. They can do a lot of good things. I think Julian needs to maybe work on his arsenal a little bit with his moves, because last game versus Buffalo, he was very consistent with the same move, trying to dip to the outside with that left shoulder low, trying to get to the outside of the tackle. He needs to add to that arsenal a little bit, but these two are going to be special if they can stay healthy. Wide receiver Tyrell Williams and Goff also getting in a lot of work. A lot of work over the middle, so that's really good for Tyrell Williams. He's not just a speedster guy. He's got speed to burn, trust me. But he's actually a good wide receiver that can run some routes, and he can go over the middle. He can go to the outside. He can go in a fly. He can do a lot of good things. So, but he's definitely the number one here right now. WR1. He's not the number one option, but he is the WR1. Khalif Raymond working with Mike Ford and Bobby Price after practice. Stuff that you really like to hear too. Khalif Raymond has shot up the draft, the depth charts, and has taken over that WR2. He is our number 2 right now. Maybe not number 2 option, but he is the number 2 wide receiver at starting on the outside. He was battling St. Brown for the inside job. Now, Perryman getting a little bit dinged up, and Perryman being a little bit inconsistent, Raymond has taken over. So right now it's Khalif Raymond's job to lose, it seems like. So he was working with Mike Ford, who's been moved from moved from inside slot to outside corner, and now Bobby Price, who's been moved from safety to cornerback. He's been working with those guys and doing on some inside-outside releases, and a lot of teaching going on between the three. It's really good to see. Drops were everywhere on that day too. It wasn't a good day for the offense, like I said. Victor Bolden had another bad drop. He's on his way out the door if he doesn't do something this Saturday. Jason Kabinda, the fullback, he had one, and Elise Mack. Not good for Mack either, because he's trying to lock up that number 3, and that's something that you don't want to hear, and something that he doesn't want to do. He's going to get himself shown the door if he doesn't smarten up. So Hawk came back. TJ Hawkinson, our stud tight end, he practiced. So that connection is in stone right now. He's probably going to be that he's not wide receiver. He's going to be our number 1 option. He's obviously tight end 1, but Jared Goff and him had a very nice chemistry. Those two were inseparable during OTAs and mini camps, and they've been inseparable right now. So good to see him back in the mix. Sage Surratt beat Melifonwu on a deep ball from Tim Boyle, something you want to see too. We need to see a little bit more Surratt. And the defense was just way more energetic. The starters were out there calling on special team guys, getting fired up for defense, for the defensive 2, defensive 3 guys. Starters out there like Akuda, Warrior, clapping up their guys, just getting very excited. A lot of energy from the defense, not much from the offense. Crosby and Pedicini, Crosby being our O-lineman, a guy that can kind of play everywhere. Mainly, I think he's a tackle. He's a right tackle, left tackle, but he's been playing around with some guard spots and 2. Then he got banged up. He's got that hamstring. And then Pedicini, don't really know what was going on with him. They appear to be on track to coming back soon. We won't see him this Saturday, but they're coming back. That's good, because we need these guys. We need Crosby in there, man, to spell some guys, or possibly outwin a job somewhere on that O-line. The right guard spot, I think, is the only spot that he has a shot at right now. And Pedicini's a backup to Aleem McNeil. There's only two true nose tackles on this squad. One being McNeil and one being Penasini. Two young guys that can really plug the hole, and McNeil with a little bit of giddy up to the quarterback too, which is really nice. So those guys are on track to come back soon, which is good. They dressed, I guess, for practice. Did a few things, but didn't really get into a lot. But they were out there getting acclimated to the season again. Quiet day for Derrick Barnes, the rookie, who really shined against Buffalo. Only in limited snaps, 8 to 10 snaps. Made a couple really nice plays, but he was real quiet. He's still taking late reps on that defense, so to me it sounds like he's taking number 2, number 3 reps, which is okay right now. I don't think he's going to beat out Anzalone right away. Stay tuned on that though. Don't hold your breath. That could change, but I think right now he's going to be a guy that's going to come in certain situations. But he was out there getting a lot of reps on special teams. So the Lions, yes, he's not a starter. I know a lot of guys want to see him out in the start. He could get some starting reps this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the preseason, but right now they're just trying to get him on the field, and that's fine. That's okay, because I still think he's a 2-down linebacker as of this moment in the NFL. And when I say 2-down linebacker, I just mean I don't really want to see him in coverage. I don't think he's a coverage linebacker just yet. Not saying he can't do it, because he has the speed to do it. He didn't do a lot of it in college. Played a lot of D-line, played the run well, and he got to the quarterback, lived in the backfield. That was his job as a linebacker at Purdue. But he's playing a lot of special teams on day 16, and he was working with Jalen Reeves-Maben, and they were working on some hand and foot placement. And one of the best guys in the league is Jalen Reeves-Maben at special teams. He's a special teams ace, and that's one guy that you need to learn from. And it looks like they were taking it slow. Looks like they're taking it slow with Barnes, but they're trying to get him acclimated to special teams as well, which is really nice. Then, like I said, both quarterback Jordan Tiamo and running back Craig Reynolds were working together after practice. That's another good sign. You like to see that too as well. And then I talked about Jordan T earlier, but he had a really nice throw, won the Kennedy, beating Melifonwu and Holder. So that's not bad right there. You like to hear stuff like that too. Melifonwu getting beat a couple times on the day. You don't want to really hear that one though. Then the kicking game. Bullock went 3 for 5 on day 16, missed from 47 and 40. You can't have that. You got to hit those. Got to hit those 40-plussers. Can't be missing a 40-yard field goal. And then Gonzalez went perfect, 4 for 4, his longest being 49. I still think it's Bullock's job to lose, but if he keeps this up, he's going to lose it. Don't know what they're going to do this Saturday. Looked like Bullock had all the opportunities to kick field goals on the first preseason. Maybe they'll give it to Gonzalez this time. That's what they usually do. They flip-flop or they'll split. Someone's got to win that job. I just don't really know who it is. I think it's Bullock, though. And then to end it all, guys, they've moved cornerback Jerry Jacobs, an undrafted free agent. Now he's a safety. So he's moving from corner to safety. So they're flip-flopping all kinds of people around in the secondary. That tells me a couple things is happening right there. Tells me a few things is happening. They don't like their depth, for one, and B, they just don't like really what they have in overall general. They're just trying to find bodies. They're trying to find bodies, and instead of going through the waiver wire, which you can do, but then you got to drop people. They're just trying to flip-flop guys to different positions. Safety to corner, corner to safety. They've done it now. This is the third time now. Now with Jacobs, who's a safety, who was a corner, Bobby Price, who was a safety. Now he's a corner. So they did that flip-flop there. And then with Mike Ford, they, instead of him being the inside guy, he's going to be the backup to Coleman, it sounds like, to Nickel Roby-Coleman, and they moved Ford to the outside. So they're flip-flopping guys around. They're trying to find a unit, it sounds like, and they're trying to get depth. I already think their two guys are going to be Oruwariye and Okuda. Obviously, is going to be those two as the 1 and 2s, and then after that, it's kind of up in the air. Like Nickel Roby-Coleman should be the inside guy, but then after that, Mike Ford, you got Bobby Price at safety. Is he going to win a safety spot? Is he going to win a corner spot actually? So who really knows what's going on? But the flip flop is real. The flip flop is real, and that's what they're doing. But thanks for the video, guys. I'll probably come up with another video before Saturday's game. Maybe I might do a little bit of who to watch. If not, I'll do something on Sunday or Monday. I have an NFL draft party coming up tomorrow night or tomorrow during the day. So your boy might be preoccupied with some NFL draft. And that's it, man. Thanks for the video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, get all my videos. And don't forget to like and comment. It's all about the likes and comments. Go Lions, man. Let's beat up on the Steelers.